Yer, what's happening, my people? It's your boy Chance Jolivet, aka Smooth, back with another video. So today we're going over 2 episodes. We got Bel-Air season 4. This is episode 4 right now, but we got episode 5 as well. So this week they dropped 2, and let's get to it. So they got into some trouble. They had to go to court and stuff, so they got some things going on. So they have to stay out of trouble. Episode 4 starts off. Looks like they in trouble. The boys, Will and Carlton, they in the back seat. Jackie and Lisa is driving. Well, Lisa is driving. Jackie in the passenger seat. Why is Jackie with Lisa? But we gonna find out all that later on. They look like they getting dressed, they naked or something. I'm like, what, they was skinny dipping, and what, the cops came and they had to run or something? I'm like, I don't know what the hell going on. But that was just a little bit of foreshadowing. We find out what happened later on in the episode. So Will is trying to get recruited. He needs a scholarship because they on some independent type stuff. His mama and them. We're not gonna take anything. Look, you already at Bel-Air Academy. They're paying for that private schoolage and all this. He got a BMW like wagon. He been driving in, and he been all kind of stuff. But your mama don't want them to pay for your college. Alright, but he needs a scholarship, and the thing that messed him up was he gave up basketball because he didn't want to follow in his father's footsteps. So now he has to get back on the ball and try to get the basketball popping. Carlton gets accepted to Princeton, but under false pretenses and stuff because he lied about his whole situation and all that. Viv, her rival, is pregnant. You see her. She at her Lamar's classes, whatever classes it is, and homegirl is pregnant. And she like, she had froze her eggs and all that, so she doing it by herself. So at least Viv, she has a partner and stuff, but they talk about all that later on in episodes and stuff. Carlton, like I said, he lied to Princeton. A mirror finds out, and the messed up thing is they called them into the office. Like, I want to talk to you about your story, and he's like, yeah, somebody you overdosed in the pool and stuff. Carlton, blase blase. A mirror. You lying about your story like she stole Carlton's story, when the whole time it was Carlton stole her story. So it's like, damn, the girl done got embarrassed in front of everybody and stuff, in front of the lady, the student advisor or whatever, and she storms out. Carlton has to go behind her and stuff. He's like, man, I'm so sorry. I embellished. I kind of lost my train of thought and stuff. I panicked in all this. But we're going to get to that later on as well. Viv, she going through a lot at this time because she is pregnant and everything. She has a whole spy date. But then she has her friends, like, they want to smoke weed. They planning trips to Vegas and stuff. And she feel left out because she can't do none of that. She can't do hood rat things with her friends in the streets. So she can't smoke weed and go to Vegas and all that because she done got knocked up. But, hey, that's how the cookie crumble. Will and Carlton, they meet Mr. Leroy. So they at their little thing that they got to do. They volunteer work that they got to do because of their case and whatnot. They like, this going to be easy. This going to be a cakewalk. And they talk to Snoop Dogg. And turn out Snoop Dogg is Mr. Leroy. And he is the counselor or whatever. Yo, this ain't going to be easy, nephew. And y'all gonna be accountable for each other. If one of y'all fail, the other one gonna fail too. I ain't playing with you. But anyways, so Phil and Jeffrey, they gotta clean up this money. So they end up buying a bunch of small businesses in the community. So they figure like they need a capital investment and stuff to keep them afloat. So they're gonna jump at it, and they're gonna be able to clean this money. So they go business to business to business. And that's how they're going to try to do it, to keep it away from the main project, the big mall project that they're doing. Lisa and Jackie, so I said at the beginning of the episode, they end up together. This is how they end up together. Lisa in visits looking for Will and whatever, but he isn't there. Jackie is there, and she talking to Aunt Viv, and they had grown close, and she talking about how she got accepted to Juilliard. And Lisa got accepted to Howard and stuff. And so they have a little rivalry because of Will and whatnot. But Viv is like, y'all have more in common than y'all have separate. Y'all need to get together, and I think y'all would love each other if y'all would actually talk. And they find out both their mothers wasn't in their life. Well, Lisa's mother died. Jackie's mother, she just left and whatnot. They have a lot of things in common, so they end up being pretty cool. Jazz trying to get his dispensary popping, so he needs an influx in capital. Who else needs that? They don't need the influx of capital, but they need business. So that's gonna meet up. Will gets he had found out somebody that's on the basketball team at USC, and he from Philly, so he linked up with him and stuff. He got invited to the kickback. At first, when he got to the kickback, man, because they on a scheduled time slot, like they time is like small because they got to get back to the program. And Carlton is on his ass like, man, we gotta hurry up. You gotta do what you gotta do and get back. And so he gets to the kickback, and then homeboy starts clowning Carlton, and Will starts clowning Carlton too. I don't like that shit, man. I was like, Will was a hoe in that moment. Like, he trying to fit in and all that pressure. Yo, throw your people. I hate niggas like that, man. I knew a lot of people like that in my lifetime. I had cousins and stuff like that. Like, they be cool with you, and then whenever you get in front of the public, they try to like John you to make themselves feel. I hate a nigga like that, man. So Will, he ruffled my feathers on that one. I ain't gonna lie. Amira, I ain't gonna. Hey, she a real one. She a real one because she like, Carlton, I know everything that you sacrificed, all the hard work that you did, and I'm not gonna let this small thing disrupt your future. Like, yeah, you stole my story and stuff, but you deserve this, minus the story or whatever. So she a real one. She a real one. Hey, I gotta applaud her for that, because anybody else would have been like, man, fuck you, nigga, because you took my most vulnerable moment and used it to gain. Like, Carlton was a hoe for that. Phil invest in Jazz business. The thing is, man, is cleaning money, is embezzlement and whatever, is crooked. So, man, I know Phil is in a rough spot, but, man, you put Jazz in that water. So, man, Jazz, you can get him in trouble. I don't like that in Phil's part, man. That's some whole shit on him as well. Phil and Carlton, Will and Carlton, they end up doing the jump on it dance at the party and stuff, man. Amira, she is like, you owe me one, so you gotta do this for me, and then we gonna be even. He like, anything but that, so he gotta do this in public. So they had to kick back with all the basketball players and stuff. He like, move out the way. So he jump on it. And everybody is kind of like looking at him. It looks like it's funny. Everybody want to clown him and stuff. And then Will is like, man, what the hell you doing? Then he jumps in. And jump on it. Hey, that was a classic moment on the original TV show. I'm glad that they brought that back. That was dope. And then the new moves that they incorporated in it and stuff. That was a cool ass scene, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it was a cool ass scene. Yeah, I know it wasn't the best way I described it and stuff, but it was. I liked it. So, end of the episode. Homegirl throw Jazz that cute shit. So, man, Jazz is trying to do his thing. He had Miss Pamela, whatever. She been helping him in his ventures and whatnot. She like, can you help me with something? And yeah, she need help with an orgasm. So she throw Jazz that poo nanny. Like, hey, I ain't mad at you. My girlfriends. Anyway, Bel-Air, season 4, episode 5. We get to the next episode. Will teammates is freezing him out, man. He's trying to ball, but everybody is trying to. They being very selfish and whatnot. But he does end up doing his thing. He hits the game-winning shot and stuff. So USC, he has their attention. But the messed up thing is they went all the way over there. They scouted him. They wrote it down and whatnot. Just to tell him, yeah, you good, but our roster is full. So we can't recruit you. So that's a bad thing, man. His dream school, he can't make it and whatever. But Stapleton offers him a full ride. So that's the good part, man. So he gets offered a full scholarship, so he's gonna have to visit them. Viv and Phil, they end up having little whatchamacallem, the gender reveal or whatnot. So they cut the cake, blue cake, so it's a boy. So yay! I forgot the little boy name, but you remember they had the little boy on the TV show and stuff, so that's all good. Homegirl, I call her homegirl Miss Pam or whatever. She wanted to meet. She wanted to meet, man. Like, she just wanted one like Jazz in a sexual manner or whatever. Jazz, he just a sucker for love ass type brother. He like, man, can I take you out to dinner? Look, we have a good thing going. Look, this is just a physical thing, man. Look, just take the draws, Jazz. Like, no, this is a me and you thing. We don't need all that. But she being secretive for a reason. She trifling. We find out that later on. Phil, he done with the payments as of right now. They done cleaned $50 million. God damn. I watch other shows and I forgot what it was, but they was cleaning money or whatnot. It's not fast like that. It's not fast like that. But they cleaning the money or whatever. And yeah. They in Power. Was it Power when they cleaning money? Might have been. Different thuggish shows. They always doing some ish. So anyways, trying to clean the money, and it seems like they've done. Or is they at this moment? Phil trying to teach the boys responsibility. He wants them to help him fix this car. So that was for his father and whatnot. He was very sentimental to him. They don't want no parts of it. They just don't have any responsibility in their bones. They very spoiled and whatnot. So the college tours end up not being everything that is cracked up to be. Because they go on the tours and whatnot. Will, on his part, he wants to major in business and all that. He really wants his education. People on the basketball team, they like, yeah, you don't have no time for that. And even the coaches like, I'm not looking for a business manager. I'm looking for a superstar. So you only have time enough to do one. And Carlton, on the other hand, homeboy at Princeton is like, you have a lot of responsibility. You're isolated. You have a lot to go with that goes against you or whatnot. So it feels like him at the academy all over again, Bel-Air Academy. And now he's going to start from zero again. He's going to be isolated. There's going to be a lot of pressure, just like it was at Bel-Air Academy. And you know what, that started this drug spiraling and all that. So are these dreams that they dreamed of really nightmares at this point? The boys, they helping with the car and whatnot, but they ain't taking it seriously. They horse playing and stuff. They end up breaking the rear view mirror on the car. Phil snap on them boys, and they like, damn. But because he wanted to teach them a more valuable lesson, and they couldn't finish one task on their own. Then Viv later on, she gets in their ass as well, and she like, man, he just wanted y'all to show up for him one time. He always show up for y'all. He go to y'all events, anything y'all want, y'all guided and stuff. He got a nice life for y'all. And one thing he wanted y'all to do, y'all couldn't take it serious, man. Like, this is something that he wanted to do with his father, and his father ended up dying very early. So he wanted this moment with y'all, and y'all couldn't give that to him. Like, y'all got to make this right. Jeffrey's job is finished as far as like cleaning the money and stuff, but is it? Because homegirl, she did all this just to get Jeffrey like to show his worthiness in the business and whatnot, and to put a wall between him and Phil. So is that going to work in her favor, or what? Did she put a wedge in between Jeffrey and Phil? Jazz finds out that Pamela is married. She comes into the business, and Will and Carlton is there talking to him, and he like, oh, Auntie Pamela, why are you here? I'm ahead of the cannabis commission and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all later and stuff. Yeah, how is our uncle so and so? Jazz didn't know that she was married, so damn, he been committing adultery and stuff. He ain't even knew it, man. Like, or is she committing adultery? He was helping her commit adultery. But I'm pretty sure Jazz is a upstanding young man or whatever. I'm pretty sure he gonna be like, damn, I can't mess with you no more, man. Damn, you whole married and stuff. So that mess up his little coochie, his little side coochie. He was trying to get over Hillary at this point. So at least it was a welcome distraction at the time. But that seemed like that's done. The boys in field, they have an emotional moment, man. Like, they do end up trying to fix the car a little bit. At least the outside, they clean it and they fix the rear view mirror and stuff. They tried to change the R, but they was unsuccessful in that venture or whatever. But Phil, he does appreciate it, and he ends up giving them the car. So that's a good moment and everything, man. Phil catches Jeffrey in the lie because he like, yo, we about to take Lucille out for a drive. You coming? No, I'm about to take it in. The whole time, he was right outside the little business. He seen that where Jeffrey was at and stuff, and he like, damn, can I trust Jeffrey at this moment? Like, so it's not looking good. Pam comes clean to Viv, and she like, I gotta let you know, I gotta get ahead of this. Look, I was having an affair with Jazz, and Jazz didn't know nothing about it. But, and then y'all the most honest people I know, and I know y'all got some shit going on with y'all as well, because Charlie's has gotten flagged, etc., etc. Viv ain't knew nothing about it, but she like, oh, I'm sure it was a mistake. But Pam knows that something messed up is going on. Like, with the numbers and all that, the inflation and stuff, something crooked is going on. So Viv is trying to deflect like, yeah, something, it must be a mistake. But she tries to get in contact with Phil because, yeah, the feds is on to him. Feds, and just like that, they show up at Jazz spot. And they like, we gotta talk to you about your business partner, Philip Banks. Something is up. So I don't assume that the season and stuff is gonna end with Phil going to prison and stuff. I think Jazz is gonna stand 10 toes down and be like, I don't know nothing about it, or he gonna come up with something. I think they're gonna beat the feds. Like, I don't think they're gonna go to prison or anything like that. And Viv, she's stressing about this situation. Look like she goes into early labor. So that's how this episode ends. So I think the next episode or something is going to be December 8th, and they're going to drop the last 3 episodes. So this is coming to a series finale. It's not going to be a season finale. It's going to be a series finale. So I'm going to try to drop y'all the last 3 episodes or something, like the few who might be watching or whatever. But I started this from the beginning, so I got to finish this task. Messed up thing on the 8th is I have federal jury duty. So I'm going to see how fast I can get to these episodes or something. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest of the most hated. Better holla at your boy.